Yo, what is good? My anniversary, what is good, yo? So, we have something relatively interesting popping off in DanMachi. Not only is the whole entire town against having monsters in it, it's pretty clear that none of them actually are going to, um, be capable of helping Belle in any way, shape, or form, which is kind of sucks. Because at the end of the day, all it takes is you to help the wrong person and end up in a bad position. Like anybody of these town people winds up taking Belle's side on, not trying to hurt this monster supposedly. And where does that leave you? It straight up leaves you with um, anybody who knows that you assisted with that hunting you down and wanting you to pretty much, perish for what you've done. So to think that is what your future kind of holds, it's kind of scary. Um, Not to mention the fact that everybody we've seen thus far has always been against monsters or always been like hunters of monsters. So it's pretty obvious that because this is happening the way it's happening, no one would really accept this type of change, especially not anybody who is seemingly a god, uh, seeing how they're probably one of the reasons why the monsters and the humans are separated. But that's just a guess at this point. I am honestly not sure because everything I've seen so far would make sense if the gods had something to do with the containment of all the monsters in that dungeon. But at the same time, there's monsters in there that actually can talk, and we have a lot of different types of like species and race throughout this whole entire world. So it's kind of weird to me to see them be like, oh, well, we can't have them roaming around this town. It's like, but last time I checked, some of you are cat dogs, some of you are just like bona fide looking like monsters. And you're telling me you're worried about, you know, certain monsters who seemingly could fit in pretty well. Uh, excuse me. So, seeing that all of these different types of characters are kind of standing for something different, the ones in Hestia's family, they're still the one who, questions it all and pretty much runs her out of the building by saying what she believes is the right thing to say, I guess, by just stating that she is a walking time bomb, and anytime anybody may or may not find out about her could lead them into quite some trouble in the future. And because of this, it's the whole entire fact of the matter that they need to get rid of this little girl. And if they do so, they need to do so without being seen. They need to do it without causing a scene. But that all seems like it's too late now that this has happened, and it more or less is just going to be them trying to figure it out because of how far they have already, kind of had her chilling with her. Now they're like friends. Now it's gonna be that much harder to try to be like, yeah, you're just gonna go back to where you belong or something along those lines. Um, which I don't even want to see. Right? I don't want to see them be mean to her. She's such a sweet girl, especially seeing how she found out that it was bad that she would be living with a human, or that it was bad for them to do that. But then she still goes out of her way to save a human, which kind of proves the point that she's probably better than most of the people in this town. So to want her gone and other people still around is beyond me. Um, but not a lot of the townspeople saw that side of her, of course. So we'll just have to see how this all plays out at the end of the day. I'm definitely interested in what they're gonna do with this show as a whole, because this is now the third season, um, and it feels like we're actually like jumping into it pretty quickly. So I'm actually pretty happy with that, to see how fast the information is coming to us. Because usually it kind of, these shows usually build up for quite some time, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. It just feels like we're jumping more into a plot point than just waiting for something to happen, or just waiting for our characters to find a problem to solve. You know, it feels, why do I keep dodging? Oh, okay. But yeah, other than that, I definitely just want to hear what you guys are thinking about DanMachi at this point. I know a lot of people don't even really care for the show as a whole, but now that it's here and now that it's showcasing some different stuff happening throughout the whole entire tower because of one thing Belle has pretty much decided to do, I'm interested to see how you guys are feeling about that, and if you like it or if you dislike it, whatever the case may be. I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't expect to play this game for long for this show, so I know that was probably some boring gameplay, but regardless, I just can't wait to see what they do. Having this girl showcase one of her wings, just like how Belle meets the girl in the dungeon who's capable of flying off and has feathers of her own. I'm really interested to see what this whole coexisting thing actually means, why the gods have already kind of forbidden it, like what's stopping anybody from really meeting each other and whatnot like that. So let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Alright, everybody, take care and peace.